style up in the pen, you can't shake that. All the way gassed up, full tank, man. Moving too quick, keep the cameras in the playback. Dang. So tell me how you feel with it. You put a lid on it, I ain't got no chill with it. This right here your problem, you gon' have to deal with it. Lay it on the line, high risk, that's the meal ticket. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Never fall back. No lies, no facts. We gon' stay right where we at. We ain't never fall back. Yeah. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back.
Two cutters through the middle. Artie up for three.
No mai, hoki mai, welcome to Rugby Park here in Whakatane for the Whakatane January Touch Tournament. I'm Brad Pittman, joined in commentary by Harley Wall. Harley, Friday night action here in Whakatane. It's the drop-off competition. How excited are we for this one?
Kia ora Brad, kia ora koutou katoa. Yeah, really excited. Not only the first time I believe that this has been broadcast live to everyone, but also the first opportunity for the touch community to get back together in 2024, get to reconnect with whānau, friends they haven't seen since, 3 or 4 months ago, since the last tournament. But ultimately just an opportunity, a beautiful evening here in Whakatane, just to get down, watch some touch footy, connect with people again, and enjoy each other's company.
Yeah, that's right. And you mentioned first one on the calendar for 2024, of course. Happy New Year to everybody joining us. A lot of people come down here this Friday evening to witness our drop-off tournament. We've got a pretty loaded up draw as well, 16 men's sides and 10 women's sides. Harley, awesome for the game.
Definitely. The most I've seen at the drop-off competition for a long time. For those who are watching along, maybe new to this concept, don't quite understand how it works. In traditional touch, if a game is drawn, we go into extra time, more commonly known as a drop-off. It's 2 minutes of play, and at the end of that 2-minute time frame, if there's somebody that's leading, then the game's finished, the winner is decided. If they're still drawn, we drop off to 3-on-3. We keep playing until we get a team that scores. So the draw will unfold as it unfolds. We'll keep on top of things as best as we can. We're at the referee's discretion in terms of time, and as things unfold, we'll be able to bring you a live broadcast and information as it comes to hand. Yeah,
as we see our first two matchups here, it's men's games on field 1, Cones taking on As 1, and over on field 2 it's Zigzag against Playing Down. So yeah, we'll be jumping back and forth here. Field 1's underway here, and it's first sprint to the corner and early doors there on field 1. Quick action, and they're up 1-0. Over on field 2, looks like Zigzag are attacking. Zigzag putting some footwork on, he's through.
Looks like the touch was made. We've got some action underway again on field 1. It looks like the crew from Cones, I think they're from Wellington, against the boys from As 1, who were the first to score. We can see some action underway on our screen here.
Yeah, Cones here pressing forward, up on the 5 now. Little switch play. Can't hold on to it. At the other end on field 2, Barney Barnett down the sideline for Playing Down. And not many are going to catch him. Harley, that's Finn Barnett there. Puts Playing Down up 1 on field 2.
As you can see, he's taking his time to put the ball down. All a bit tactical. They've only got 2 minutes of gameplay, so soaking up some of that clock. We can see Shiloh Flavel now on field 1 getting the As 1 boys into some more space.
Yeah, and this is fast and frantic, both sides. You mentioned there, Charlo Flavel for As1. And they're still up in the attacking zone there on field 1. There's the plant. Here is Flavel, long ball. Puts it down, up 2. Good start for As1.
Yeah, a 2-try deficit is very hard to come back from in a drop-off scenario. You'll be hard-pressed to come back from that, but obviously time matters, and trying to get underway as quickly as they can is to their benefit as well.
Yeah, that's it. And on field 2, here's Zigzag, trying to stretch things out a little bit. Touch called though. On field 1, we're back here with Cones, sloppy in the ruck. And there can't be a lot of time left on field 1. As1 up 2-0. On field 2, playing down, they're up 1-0.
And it looks like we've got time on field 1.
Field 2.
Field 2, yeah,
yep.
field 2.
And we got time on both, so playing down, they're good for the first one, As1 as well. So Harley teams have 2 lives here in the drop-off, so it'll be first strike there for Cones and for Zigzag.
Yeah, that's correct. So even though they lost this first game, it doesn't necessarily mean the night's over for them. They'll still get another opportunity. Their name goes back into the draw. It's a very fancy machine, the way that they do it here at the Whakatane drop-off tournament. Names go into a hat, and based on the number of lives you've got, your name gets spit out. So you've got to always be ready to go. And ready, doesn't matter what field, you've always got to be alert. Your game could be called straight away.
Oh, it makes it exciting too. You could go back-to-back in games here, especially as we get further on in the tournament, as less teams are left in that hat to be drawn. We had a situation at last year's drop-off where there were 3 teams left at the end, 2 with 2 lives left and 1 with 1, and a little bit of a round robin there to finish off the evening last year. So it'd be interesting to see how things unfold out here. I'm just waiting on our second round games.
Crucial part to tonight's proceedings, of course, are our referees. Big shout out to all the refs that have come along, not only this evening but across the weekend. They're in control of the time. They're also in control of making sure that information gets back to HQ so they can communicate and get that draw for each round underway as quickly as they can.
Yeah, you've got to take your hats off, not only to the referees, but all of the volunteers that make this happen. Like you say, it's got to happen within sort of 30 seconds of the game finishing. A result gets in, they spit out the next draw and try and get teams back on and playing as quickly as possible. Special thank you, of course, to our sponsors, One Foundation, Whakatane District Council and Whakatane Ohope Community Board, our major sponsors for the January Touch Tournament. Also BTS, Better Together Sportswear, Ake Chartered Accountants and Business Advisors, and of course Iceman, Underwood and Wilkins and Whakatane High School. Without those guys, of course, this tournament wouldn't be able to happen, so massive shout out and thank you to everybody that has supported the kaupapa this weekend. We've got our draws spit out for round 2 on field 1. Looks like we'll have Kiwi Staff Black taking on Brotherhood, and on field 2 it'll be Wairere against Lax. Lax from the South Island, fairly new club. Wairere stalwarts of this tournament, so they'll be out on field 2.
Yeah, this will be fun. Lax definitely no pushovers either.
Yep.
A lot of young talent, especially when it's a 4-on-4 situation. And as we saw in the first round already, if you've got pace to burn, you've got enough skills to get you over the line. Yeah,
that's it. It's just from watching those first, but some of the, I guess, traditional setup stuff from normal touch, not as prevalent here. Speed kills, speed burns, and it's really a big play if you've got some young gas.
That's right. Speed and space are the keys in a drop-off situation. And, of course, I guess the third factor to bring into that as well is how well you can manage the clock and the time.
Yeah, that's right. So it's interesting with the 2 minutes, especially if you get perhaps a 6 again or you get a recount, how you manipulate sort of those last 45 seconds potentially. If you can hold a team out and not allow them another possession, holding on to a 1-0 perhaps advantage, or like we saw with As1, you just put the hammer down and get to 2 and make it almost impossible to get all the way back to 3-2 the other way. So you see the teams rolling out here at the moment.
And it looks like more and more people are coming in to check out tonight's action.
Yeah, it's awesome here. I'd say at least three quarters of Whakatanes here at the moment. It's awesome for the community. We went down into town a little earlier and it's buzzing at the moment. Always is at this time of year. We're underway here on Field 1. Field 1 is Kiwi Staff Black and Brotherhood. And first use here.
You can see on attack already they're quite narrow, and then watch them start to spread out and use that space a little bit more as they get closer to 7 metres.
Yeah, here's Kiwi Staff having a little crack. No room there, though. Of course, Brotherhood representing Galaxy. Can't get through there. And they'll work it out of their own end here. Brotherhood. And just as that whistle signals start of time over on Field 2, it's Waitere in the black and red with first use of the ball. Up towards the try line there of Lax. Too much, too easy gas around the outside there. Waitere go up 1-0. And that's the speed there. Harley Little on the outside and too much to cover that gap.
Yeah, we see Galaxy now on Field 1 trying to make best use, but defended really well here by Kiwi Staff and a handover to end that set. Still no tries yet on Field 1.
It was quick start on Field 2 for Waitere. 1 attack, 1 try. On Field 1, though, no tries at either end. And Kiwi Staff come back down over the midway point. Lax on attack on Field 2. And putting some footwork on. They've got some space. Can't get past. Great defence there from Waitere.
It looks like Angus Fawkes, who went for the dive, they're very experienced player for New Zealand, open mix, and they managed to get the penalty against Waitere, fresh set on the 7.
And unfortunate there on Field 1, put down by Brotherhood. Kiwi Staff with an opportunity on Field 1. Two long ball for Lax. They go over. 1-1 on Field 2. Great pass there. Field 1 action. Kiwi Staff. And the penalty on the line. So 1-1 on Field 2. 0-0 on Field 1. And there can't be a lot of time left. Certainly on Field 1. Here's the opportunity. Kiwi Staff. Black are in. Up 1-0. And this is probably one throw of the dice here for Brotherhood. As we see, why did it go in on Field 2?
And it looks like they scored just before the whistle went, so Waitere will progress, keep their lives. Lax will get another chance soon as well. We'll keep an eye on how they perform.
Yeah, and Field 1's wrapped up as well. Kiwi Staff Black there. Try just before the final whistle. So, yeah, both Lax and Brotherhood, they'll take a strike there from our second round of games. Kiwi Staff and Waitere, they move through with their 2 lives intact. And fortunately for the legs of the guys out there, we haven't seen any 3-on-3 just yet.
Yeah, it's coming. You can feel it.
Yeah.
Feel it in the air.
Yeah, for those not familiar, look, it's tough enough being 4-on-4 out there on that size pitch, usually 6-on-6. But when you get to 3-on-3, there's no place to hide out there on the touch field. So it'll be exciting once we do see some get through to that 3rd minute in our drop-offs here. Next lot of games are going through at the moment. We'll be back after this short ad.
Been too long.
Yeah, it's madness, all right.
Yeah,
it's
cool, though.
Yeah, it's real cool.
Heading for the coastline. Light is it when I'm there, soaking in the sunshine. We walk for miles, counting the smiles just for a while. Right out on the coastline.
Welcome back here to Rugby Park, Whakatane. It's drop-off night here at the Whakatane January Touch Tournament. We've just had our second round of drop-off games finish up, and the draws are being worked out for our round 3 games currently. Our results so far: as one, they beat Cones. Playing down, they took care of Zigzag. Wairere, they just beat Lax, and Kiwi Staff Black won over Brotherhood. So those 4 teams going through with their 2 lives intact. The other 4 teams, though, like you mentioned, Harley, they've still got another life, so we will see them, whether it's on our 2 fields or 3 and 4 a little later in the afternoon. But they'll be do or die games for those 4 teams, their next one. So excited to see those teams back in action.
Yeah, that's right. I have a feeling we might see some of our ladies out on the field very soon. We're looking forward to seeing what they have to bring tonight. Of course, we've got 10 female teams taking part in tonight's drop-off. 13 in the tournament tomorrow, so most of them are here representing tonight. And it looks like Ekin, which is the Freezing Hot Girls, they're going to be taking the field on field 1, which is in the teal. Taking on Waiariki Māori Gold, which I believe are the local girls from Whakatane, who will be playing for Full Circle. And over on field 2, we've got Bolts, who have come all the way over from New South Wales to take part in this year's event against perennial powerhouses in the White Bullets.
I was going to say, what a baptism by fire. They come over the ditch, of course, from Australia and get thrown in against Bullets round 1. As we see the teams there going through their paper rock scissors in the middle. Field 1, Ekin against Waiariki Māori Gold.
Bit of a story about Ekin. Apparently it's what they used to call their mixed team way back in the day for Freezing Hot. For those who are smart enough to already figure it out, yes, it's Nike backwards.
Here we go, first juice here for Waiariki Māori Gold. Yards on offer. Up early start here, just trying to work the middle of the field. And here we go, low dive. Touch called, and on field 2 we've started with Bolts. It's Bolts Corn out there at the moment in the grey. Both teams, both fields here right on the try line. Here's an opportunity for Waiariki, touch called.
Great defence there from Freezing Hot on the line.
On handover there from Bullets, barely out of their own end on field 2.
Of course, one thing we've skipped over for tonight's proceedings is there is prize money on offer tonight for those who win overall, and for the team that comes second as well. So there's more on the line than just bragging rights.
Yeah, always good to start the season with a little bit extra putia for the club.
That's right.
And here we on field 1, the runaway there. It's Ekin. Will stretch out and score the first one on field 1. So they're up 1-0 at the moment. Over on field 2, we're still in the middle of the field between Bolts and Bullets. Bullets with the ball there in the white strip. And back on field 1, we're underway. Waiariki again attacking this Ekin line. Here they go. Here's the action. Lovely dive. The call.
Let's see what the referee says here. It looks like a play on call's given.
Yeah, so 1 each now on field 1. Nothing on the scorer's table for field 2. There's Bullets just trying to tuck one under. Got the space. Don't have the hands though. Unfortunate error there for the Bullets girls. Back on field 1, we're underway. Ekin working up the middle.
And it looks like both fields now will be dropping to 3.
Yeah, time called there. So you see the players run off. So 3 on 3 here. Both fields now.
When we have the drop off to 3, the game just pauses, so it continues from wherever it stopped. So whatever the touch count was at that stage, we carry on from that point.
Yeah, and so you certainly don't want to be on defence at that point. As we see Bolts here working on field 2. Ekin can't get through either on field 1, so both teams able to defend on their respective fields. Here come Waiariki Māori, the gold team. 3 on 3. Bullets working out of their own end on field 2. Here come Waitaki Māori Gold. Targeting that right corner.
Oh, and just looks like mistakes on both fields at the moment. We have a forward pass on field 1, a couple of drop balls there on field 2. Of course, the game is live, so whoever scores next is going to be the winner.
Yep. Bullets on field 2. We've got a bit of space. Pins her ears back. She's through and dives for it. There it is. Bullets get it done. We're still on field 1 here. Ekin and Waitaki Māori Gold. There's the overlap. Does she have the speed? She does. She's gone. Ekin get it done in the 3v3. So our first round of women's games out here on field 1 and 2. Bullets take care of Bolts Corn, and Ekin get one up over Waitaki Māori Gold. And just as we'd mentioned, we hadn't got to a 3-on-3 both fields.
Bang, bang. And as you can see as well, off a couple of mistakes, all of a sudden able to take full advantage, use the space and time really well. Congratulations to both teams for their wins in that round.
Yeah, and if that's anything to go by, we've got an exciting evening of women's touch, not only today, but of course tomorrow as well. Most of these teams, like you said, will all be there in the tournament tomorrow. So awesome to see those teams get a little bit of play under their belts early this afternoon. We see some of the Lax. Some of the Lax boys there. Those are the Bullets girls walking off after their win. The Lax boys just off the side of field 2, looking pretty lax at the moment. As I mentioned, most of them travel up from the South Island. So
yeah, they're a mixture of I guess different provincial teams that they represent. Some players from Otago, some from Waikato, some from the Bay. Some from Auckland as well. So it's awesome to see some growth in that space and opportunities for more of our players. Yeah,
and we also, there's our whānau there in the middle, our referees. Again, like you mentioned, doing a fantastic job. Hard to juggle 2 minutes on the clock and the touch count and the perhaps 4 players, 3 players. And they do an excellent job here this weekend. So hats off to all of our volunteers. Looks like we might have some games being announced as we look forward to what we're bringing you tomorrow. Our live stream schedule starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning with an open men's game, AS1 versus Lock-In. That's an exciting one to kick off our day, and as you see there, we go through pretty much every 40 minutes through the day, mixing between open men's and open women's games. We'll see Waitere take on the Bolts men at 10:20, the open women at 12:20. That'll be a good game. Outcast versus AS1. And then a little bit later in the afternoon, Galaxy taking on Astro at 2:20, the open men's game. So, yeah, looking forward to some of those in the first half of tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's action is 25 minutes straight as well. So when you come to Whakatane, it's kind of a different mentality. You've got to be firing from the start. There's no half time. There's no time to reset in the middle of the game. It's all go when you come here, so you've got to put your best foot forward from the first game.
Yeah, we've got our games lined up here on field 1. It'll be another women's game. Piranhas taking on Pearl Jam. And on field 2, it'll be a men's game. Bolts taking on Lax.
Piranhas, another team that have come over from Australia, from New South Wales specifically as well. So awesome to see, I guess, the growth in number of international teams taking part in this year's event too.
Yeah, and how epic is that? I know that Bolts, I think they've brought 4 teams into this drop-off, 2 men's, 2 women's. Yeah, such a cool growth for our tournament here, having international guest teams want to take part in being over here.
Yeah, and fortunately they bring some referees with them too. There's not a whole lot that happens at the start of the January calendar in Australia, so they're more than welcome to come over and jam. As we can see, speaking of jam, on field 1, Pearl Jam against Piranhas.
Yeah, and they're on attack here, Pearl Jam. Shorty, she takes it. First one there for Pearl Jam. Women on field 1. On field 2, Bolts working it out of their own end. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the weather traditionally in Australia at this time of the year, you probably wouldn't want to be out playing touch.
No, not at all.
Probably 40 degrees.
40 degrees in the rest of it too.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that they're probably considering this winter-like conditions.
Yeah, they might get the long sleeves on shortly.
Some of them do, if you have a look.
Here we go. Bolt, shorty. Good. And the dive, touch first.
Play on call on field 1. And the try is given to Piranhas. So that's even now.
Yeah, 1-1 there between the women's teams. And on field 2, here come Lax up with the ball on attack. They're down 1-0 at the moment against Bolts. And on that last try there to Bolts, it almost looked like Lax didn't quite know where the try line was. It backed up behind the line. Long ball is going to bounce. And nothing there on field 1 though. Pearl Jam again up on attack. Just working the middle. There they go.
Looks like a great try there from Charlie Foster.
Yeah.
Experienced player, New Zealand Open Women's. Just found the space there in between to give the advantage back to Pearl Jam.
Yeah, good change of direction too. Looked like they were going 3 down the right side and she just stepped back towards the middle. There's Bolts using both sides of the field there. Perhaps just trying to run that clock down, if nothing else. Bolts, they do have the 1 point advantage on field 2. As we see Lax pushing forward here. They need to score probably in this set or get themselves a repeat. In fact, there it is. That's enough. And we've got results on both fields. Pearl Jam 2-1 over Piranhas, and Bolts, they take that one 1-0 over Lax. So 1-1 there for the visiting Australians on those 2 games. Their men taking a win, but the Piranhas women coming up short. And
yeah, that's right. I think the Lax Bulls will be a little bit disappointed. Probably not the result they wanted on the drop-off night, but fierce competition here, as there always is every year at Whakatane.
Yeah, and the one thing I guess we don't know, or we aren't for certain, is obviously there's games happening over on field 3 and field 4 at the moment. You can see some of the crowd there looking over past the food stands at it. But we don't know if either of those, or Lax, I guess in particular, have already had a loss potentially. We don't know about their first round game. That's, I guess, the excitement and unknown, a little bit of drop-off. When your name's called, you've got to be up and ready to go. We'll be back out here after this short ad.
Been too long, leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. Light is there when I'm there, soaking in the sunshine. We walk for miles, counting the smiles just for a while, right out on the coastline.
And we're back here. Our matchups have just been called for the next round. On field 1, it will be Brotherhood taking on Pure Styles in the men's competition. And on field 2, Kiwi Staff Black against Wairere. So interesting, Kiwi Staff Black and Wairere, 2 winners we saw out here in the earlier game. They'll go head to head. So somebody will lose their unbeaten crown in this round on field 2.
Yeah, they'll be familiar with each other, both teams from the Waikato as well. Kiwi Staff boys, majority of them still kind of the young guns coming through the system, as long as they can stay composed, don't get overawed by the bigger brother team.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about, I guess the last tournament most of these guys would have played was the multinationals, where they're playing for their different iwi. Now we're back to clubland, teams playing in their club team. So some of them would have been teammates in early December and now back into potentially opposition out here for the Whakatane tournament. And that's a cool dynamic, I think, that is that we see in touch, as those calendars do overlap between, I guess, rep stuff, the Māori stuff, the club stuff, and teams kind of in and out, interchanging. Players are with or against different players weekend to weekend. So it's exciting to see the different combinations, different matchups.
Yeah,
the different
that's
tournaments.
right. And you can see there's obviously some provincial connections within club teams, but for many in clubland, they'll go back and play for where they come from, go back and play for home as well. And that's quite special, getting the opportunity to represent different parts of yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. As we see the two teams out here on field one, they are ready to go. Brotherhood, they'll get the tap. So we just confirmed that. Yeah, that was Lax's second loss. So they are done for the evening now. Brotherhood, they're up at the 5 now. Opportunity here, Brotherhood. Touch called. Yeah, touch called there. And on field 2, here come the Kiwi staff boys with first use of it. Field 1 action. Great defence there from Pure Styles. Field 2, Kiwi staff still with the opportunity on attack here. Can they break this Waitere wall? There's the opportunity.
Yeah, it looks like they're through.
Yeah, great dive there. Low plant.
Yeah, able to stretch that space, found some room there in the middle. Of course, there's a lot more space to defend when you're only 4-on-4.
Yeah, that's it. And unforced error there on field 1 of the Pure Styles team. So why did it now trying to answer back? So just wrapping up what we've seen so far. The unbeaten teams, Kiwi Staff Black, NS Young'uns, Galaxy Black, As1 and Waitere. They are the unbeaten teams remaining with 2 lives up until this point in the men's draw. In the women, it's RKR, Ekin, Pure Styles, Bullets and Pearl Jam. So you can see the field starting to set up now. Great long ball there. Brotherhood go in.
Referees have brought it back for a forward pass. The same has happened on field 2 as well. Waitere looked to be all certain for a try, but the referees brought it back as well. So Kiwi Staff still up by 1 with the advantage against Waitere.
Yeah, that's it. 1-0 on field 2. Nothing for either team. On field 1, it looks like they've called the 2-minute clock on field 1. So teams are down to 3 here on field 1. Kiwi Staff, they can probably just try and run down this clock as much as possible here against Waitere. There won't be a lot of time left.
And it looks like the game's over.
Yeah, time called here. And on field 1, here's the long ball, Pure Styles. They're in. And they will take the win in the 3v3. So Kiwi Staff, they get it done over Waitere and remain unbeaten, handing Waitere their first loss. Pure Styles, they stay alive against Brotherhood, and it will send Brotherhood home for the drop-off. So that was do or die for both those teams out there on field 1. So Brotherhood, they'll join Lax on the sidelines for the remainder of the evening. Waitere, they take their first loss. Remember, 2 lives for all of these teams here, so not done and dusted yet for Waitere, but big win there for the Kiwi Staff boys.
That's right. We've seen it in the past as well, of course. Short format, 4-on-4, 2 minutes. This is the perfect kind of format for some of those young players with speed to burn to really show what they're made of. And as we've seen in past years as well, the young teams that come to the drop-off tournament are definitely no easy beats. In fact, I remember a couple of years ago when the young guys from playing up, the younger boys actually took out this comp over their older brothers in the same team.
Yeah, that's at the Jedi's boys last year. Winners, I'm pretty sure, at the drop-off. So yeah, it's an exciting opportunity for some of those up-and-coming players. Have a crack at some of those older, more experienced, perhaps players either in other clubs or within their own club sometimes, and that just shows what excellent work the clubs are putting into their junior development, especially in that sort of under 16, under 18 age group. and those will be our future open men's, open women's, open mixed New Zealand players. So really awesome signs from the clubs around New Zealand. As we see the crowd packing in, again a special thank you to our sponsors, One Foundation, the Whakatane District Council, Whakatane Ohope Community Board, of course our major sponsors for this weekend's tournament. Joining them, of course, is BTS, Better Together Sportswear, Ake Chartered Accountants and Business Advisors, along with Iceman, Underwood and Wilkins and Whakatane High School. We see our teams coming out here now into the middle. Looks like we might have another women's game coming up shortly. The Pearl Jam women heading out to the middle. Not sure who they'll be facing just yet. As we get them announced, on field 1 will be a men's game, Zigzag taking on As One. And on field 2, as we mentioned, the Pearl Jam women, they'll play Ekin. So I'm pretty sure those two women's teams were both first up winners. And we'll try and figure out where everybody else is placed at the moment, but field 1, Zigzag and As One. Of course, a shout out to some of the Zigzag whānau who came and marked all the fields in preparation for this weekend. I think it was their old boys, Zigzag old boys, got out here in all 18 fields here at Whakatane.
Big mihi, not an easy job at all. Especially when you do it old school like the boys did with the ropes and the paint. And got to say, looking pretty sharp. Well done, lads.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Again, it's the small things here at Whakatane that make all the difference. What an effort from those Zigzag guys. And there we see on screen, that's Ekin going out. They'll be taking on Pearl Jam. And yep, we were right. Ekin and Pearl Jam both winners first up. In the men's comp, Zigzag, they have had one loss, and As One are unbeaten. So if As One can clear Zigzag's here, they'll send them home. Or Zigzag could hand As One their first loss of the afternoon. Zigzag, of course, in the red, yellow, green and black. As One in the mixed assortment. Over on field 2, we're underway. That's Ekin with first use of the ball in the teal. Pearl Jam in their black and pinks. Here they go for the corner. She's going to run out of room. And first up there for As One on field 1. All the ones. Field 1, As One, 1-0. Showing why they're unbeaten so far. On field 2, up on the 5, there is Ekin. Work in the middle. She goes for it.
Outstanding.
Yeah, excellent length there. Getting down nice and low. And Ekin put one up on Pearl Jam. Here comes Zigzag. There they go, up towards the 5. Here, Zigzag. Now they go.
Looks like an offensive call against the player with the ball there. Just taking the defender out as they went to play the ball.
Yeah, a little off the mark, I think. Just got in behind him. There come As One out of their own end. Oh, touch had to be made. Man, you can see some real speed here as we see on field 2. Pearl Jam answer back.
Yeah, again, it's Charlie Foster. A bit of a trademark show and then sliding in with the dive again.
Yeah, I think too she had a little bit of a point to prove. She was the one beaten here on the outside, allowing the first try to Ekin. So we see As One, they double up on field 1. That's going to make it pretty much impossible now for Zigzag. And As One showing they've got the Friday night on lock at the moment. The As One boys over on field 2. Here she is, the try scorer for Pearl Jam. She drops one in. That one locked up, 1-1 at the moment. There won't be a lot of time left there. And there it is. Dropped to 3s in the field 2 women's game. In the men's, these last seconds are just novelty. As One, get it done. Zigzag, they are done for the night. Here's Pearl Jam with an opportunity to break. Here it's 1-1, 3-on-3. Gotta be. There it is. Pearl Jam do enough after conceding the first try. They score 2 to put Eakin away for their first loss. Pearl Jam stay undefeated, as one also stay undefeated in the men's draw.
Plenty of touch still to come, of course, but going back to, I guess, the foundation plays is what seems to be working for these teams when they get down to that 7 metres. Just time and space is in their advantage.
Yeah, it's still how can you create a 2-on-1 or an overlap or any advantage, and those basic skills aren't lost whether you're 6-on-6, 4-on-4, 3-on-3. It's manipulating that space and numbers. Yeah, there's a little bit more space potentially to do it here in this format, but the theory is still the same. Find your 2-on-1s. Create your 2-on-1s. So big results there for As One men and Pearl Jam women. They stay unbeaten. We see Eakin there under the sticks, just having a talk about that one. They had it in their hands. They were up 1-0. But Pearl Jam came back. The other good thing to see, Harley, our food vendors who perhaps usually would just be here for the big day on Saturday, they're all out here on the Friday night as well. And good to see them all supporting the drop-off competition as well.
Yeah, they seem to be quite busy. Perfect night to go and grab a real fruit berry ice cream.
Yep.
There's plenty of different food options on offer. Hot drinks, cold drinks, whatever you need. If you're in Whakatane, make sure you come down and check it out. If not tonight, then make sure you're here tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it. And a shout out to anybody in and around the bay or that area is get over to Whakatane. It's a beautiful weekend here, as we look like we've got some games coming in for our 2 fields. On field 1 will be the Waiariki Māori Gold women taking on RKR, and on field 2, Piranhas taking on Bolts Nemo. So a couple of the fishers there on field 2.
Yeah, both Piranhas and the Bolts crew have lost 1 game so far, so it's winner takes all. The other team will be knocked out as well.
And again, that's 2 of our visiting Australian teams, Piranhas and Bolts, both coming over from the New South Wales area. And then the Gold versus RKR. We haven't seen RKR yet on field 1 or 2, so our first look at them. I believe they were unbeaten coming into this one as well. Waiariki Māori Gold, they've lost 1 game. Of course, we saw that on field 1 a little bit earlier, so if they lose this one, they are wrapped up for the night. Or they could hand RKR their first loss. See the 2 teams come out there. That's the Piranhas on your screen at the moment. And of course, they'll be coming on to play against Bolts. Bolts in the grey there. Pretty epic looking kit there for the Bolts ladies. And then on field 1, here they come slowly out of the crowd. Come Waiariki Māori Gold in the blue and gold, and RKR here. And well, a couple of them have the same kit, and a couple of them don't. So you're the mixed pink and orange. That's a bit of how drop-off is. You just kind of round up who's here from your team and get them out there.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a mishmash of players from different clubs coming together just for a jam on a Friday night as well.
Yeah, again, that's one of the beauties of this tournament. There is this, I guess, whanaungatanga type evening, this drop-off where, oh, heck, our whole team's not here, your whole team's not here, but we want to jam, so we only need a few of us. We'll get us in there and we'll have a crack at it. Like you said, bit of prize money on the line too.
Yeah,
never hurt.
That's right, and it's only 7 aside. So you obviously got your 4 on the field and then 3 subs if they're needed, of course. So you don't need a full team to get out there and jam on the Friday night drop-off.
Yep, that's it. Here come Waiariki Māori Gold up, attacking here on field 1. Field 2, we're just getting underway. There's a lovely pass. Yep, and it's good there too. First try to Waiariki Māori Gold on field 1.
You can see now that some of the teams are clicking onto tactics. That ball taken straight back to halfway very quickly there by RKR. No time lost at all.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's 2 minutes is probably what, 3 possessions, maybe 4 if you complete your sets. On field 2, we see some strong defense there from Piranhas, be interesting to know if these two teams play against each other a bit over in New South Wales, or you know, whether they're from a local competition or whether they're new to each other as well.
Yeah, you'll have to do your research ahead of tomorrow. A couple of Bolts games on the live stream.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Here come Piranhas.
Great
looking
pick.
good. Yeah, it is. Just needs to find someone. Long ball. She can't take it in. Meanwhile, it looks like we had a tryout here to RKR, so that one's going to even things up on field 1. 1 each. And 0-all on field 2. So both teams in the lock at the moment. But here come Wairiki, Māori Gold. Doesn't quite have the gas there. But they're on attack. Bit of space here for them. And taken quickly. Great heads up play. Try scored there. Wairiki, Māori Gold. They go up 2-1. And that is time called there on field 1.
Yeah, looks like the Piranhas might be over on field 2. They
Yep.
might have snuck home here.
And right on the buzzer too. And both teams there doing it just before the final whistle. Wairiki, Māori Gold, they hand RKR their first loss. And Piranhas, well, they send the Bolts, Nemo, home for the evening. So, yeah, Wairiki, Māori Gold managed to stay alive. Piranhas, they do the same in the women's competition. See the Piranhas girls walking off there. They'll be happy to be moving forward in the competition. And we'll be back with our next round of games after this.
Been too long, leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. We walk for miles, counting the smiles just for a while, right out on the coastline.
Welcome back here to Rugby Park at Whakatane. It's the Whakatane January Touch Tournament for 2024, the first one on the Touch calendar for the year. Happy New Year to all of those joining us online for the Friday night drop-offs. Harley, we're probably what feels like, I guess, a third to a halfway through, potentially, our set of games. It's been an awesome evening so far, this drop-off.
Yeah, it has been. I think there's been a couple of standout teams so far. We might see feature later on as the night progresses. But the main thing that stands out to me is speed, especially in a drop-off scenario. If you've got the wheels to burn, you can get the ball to the hands of your quick players fast. That's the greatest advantage in this format.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think no more than what we've seen from Aswan. They've got a couple of real gas merchants here tonight, and they've just been able to put teams to the sword, both times going up 2-0 in their games. Relentless with their pace when they get it going. And we'll see a little bit more of that. Now, games are in for the next round on field 1. It'll be playing down, taking on Kiwi Staff Black. And over on field 2, it's Waitere taking on Piranhas. So our first look at the Piranhas men. Waitere, they were given a loss at the hands of Kiwi Staff a little earlier this afternoon, playing down. They'll have a big one against the Kiwi Staff boys, who will be, I guess, riding a bit of confidence after putting Waitere under a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and I think it came from applying a lot of pressure right throughout that whole 2-minute period. There is an advantage as well to, in my opinion, of course, to starting with the ball.
Yep.
So you win the coin toss. Normally teams will opt to start because then they kind of get to set the flow or the tempo of the drop-off, and if they can score quickly, it can be in their favour. because then they're more also likely to get the ball back again within that 2-minute time frame.
Yeah, that's a real interesting, I guess, teams, whether they do it right from the start, but try and keep track of where the counter's at based on how many play the balls that they've had in their set. So, you know, if they're averaging sort of 30 seconds for a set, well then, okay, well, we're going to get 4 sets in this game, which means we get 2 likely, unless we get a repeat or an error or something along those lines. Or if we're going at a bit quicker pace than that, perhaps 25 seconds a set, well, if we tapped off or started with the ball, maybe we get the 3rd set versus the other team's 2. So there's a lot to play, and we'll also just go over some of what's happened here. So Zigzag, they're 2 losses, they're out of here. Bolts, both men's teams, they're done for the afternoon. Brotherhood, Kiwi Staff, White and Lax, they've also racked up 2 losses, so they are done in the men's draw. Field 1, we're started here, and it's Kiwi Staff with first use of it. The Kiwi Staff boys, they are unbeaten so far, playing down. They've had 1 loss, so another one here, and they're done for the afternoon. Over on that men's field 2, they're not started yet. Great bit of skill showing there. Kiwi Staff got 1-0 on field 2. They're not quite underway, but Piranhas, they've had 1 loss, and so have Waitere, so that's do or die on field 2. Loser is done. Winner moves on.
Great execution there by Kiwi Staff to go up 1-0. As we mentioned, of course, they started the drop-off. Now they get the opportunity to defend and then likely reply. So we'll see how that goes for them.
Long ball, Piranhas. It's an absolute Pilsner into the corner.
It looks like a touch. Outstanding touch there by Trey Poihipi.
Yeah, excellent defense there on the line for Waitere. Oh, good hands there playing down. Touch called though. Both fields now on the last. Hand over there, Waitere on field 2, playing down. 1 to play, intercept. Opted against trying to go for that one.
Yeah, of course, on an intercept, the next touch count is a 0. And being up by 1, it's to their advantage to slow the game down.
Straight through the middle, Waitere. That again, showing that speed up the middle of the field. You beat your one-on-one matchup. There's not a lot of cover to be had. Lovely scoop here. Kiwi Staff, the overlap. He's going to get there. Oh, yeah, he loves it. Field 1, that's magic. Kiwi Staff go up 2-0.
Might be the try of the night so far.
Yep, that one's special. We're going to get that one on replay for the next 3 or 4 weeks on Instagram. And that's done. The Kiwi Staff boys do it in style. Playing down, they are done and dusted for the night. On field 2, there's not a lot of time left though, and Piranhas need one here to extend their evening. Opted for the inside chop instead of perhaps playing the 2-on-1 on the outside. There we go. This is probably last couple of plays here. That game did start a little after field 1. Piranhas down 1-0, Waitere with the advantage.
And this is where tactics comes into play. They're just going to kill the game, just like this, and force the clock.
Yeah, and that might well be it. It is. Piranhas, they're going home. Waitere move on with the 1-0 win. On field 1, it was Kiwi Staff playing down 2-0 in that men's game. So Kiwi Staff remain unbeaten.
And that was playing down second loss as well, so I think that's their night complete.
Yeah, they'll join Piranhas on the sidelines for the rest of this one. Over on the women's side of things, just the 2 Bolts teams wrapped up for the night. And it's Bullets and Pearl Jam, 2 names we've heard here for a number of years, unbeaten in the women's grade. The rest of the teams, of course, 1 loss to their name. So perhaps a couple of powerhouses flexing a little bit of muscle early here on the Friday drop-offs. And for those looking forward to tomorrow's live stream here, like I mentioned a little earlier, we kick off at 9 a.m. We bounce around some open men's and open women's games for the morning. Of course, you don't want to miss that women's game at 9:40, playing up, taking on Bolts. Bolts, of course, over from New South Wales. And then this is an exciting one too. That loaded versus playing up game at 1 o'clock, an open men's game. That's going to be all fireworks, especially because that'll be leading into pretty close to finals time by the time that 1 o'clock game comes around. Harley, you've been here for a number of years. How awesome is it to see these clubs keep showing up year after year? Some of those names we've mentioned have been here for a long, long time. Just keeping tradition going with the Whakatane Touch Tournament.
Yeah, that's right. You've got some extremely traditional clubs, such as Galaxy, who've probably been here for the last 30 or so years, to some of the more newer clubs, like your As ones, who may be newer on the scene, but obviously have loads of talent. And it's exciting to see nods to the past, but also fresh new energy. And bringing all of their talents out there onto the field.
Yeah, no, I think that's something that's the way that Touch is growing, especially in the club space, is it is perhaps taking some of these players that maybe have played for a certain club for a long time, they kind of break off and do their own thing and start something else. And though it probably feels a little bit against what you'd normally do in clubland, is bail on yours and start something else, the growth that it's been able to build in the touch community, like I say, these newer clubs popping up, but with experience in them, it just makes for a better environment and a bigger community come these sort of tournaments.
Yeah, of course, and there's also connections as well, whether you consider them feeder teams or junior teams, younger teams in that same space. Teams like, that we'll see take the field tomorrow, teams like Astro, who are relatively new to the open men's space, have some of the coaches who come from Waitere. So you can see, although they're from the Waikato area, that some of the older players are giving back in other spaces just to give the younger players an opportunity. We've seen that for many years with some of the more established clubs as well. An opportunity for the young ones, whether it's in the restricted grade or just putting their best foot forward into the open grade straight away.
Yeah, and we've got our games are in for the next round. Our women's games out here, field 1 will be Waiariki Māori Blue taking on Ekin. And on field 2, it's Bullets against Piranhas. As we mentioned, Bullets yet to have a loss, so they can send Piranhas home on field 2. Waiariki Māori Blue and Ekin, well, they're both one strike against their name, so that's do or die out here on field 1. Makes for exciting drop-offs in the women's competition. And as we get an update to the men's lists, Zigzag, Piranhas, both the Bolts teams, Brotherhood, Kiwi Staff White, Lax, Cones and Playing Down, they are all done for the evening. Kiwi Staff Black, Pure Styles, Galaxy Black and As One remain unbeaten, and the rest have the one strike next to their name. So interesting that there's still so many teams unbeaten at the moment, 4 teams there, despite there already being 10 or so done for the night in the men's competition.
Yeah, so they would have played 3 or 4 games already. Not to drop a game is pretty impressive. But as we get down to the crunch phase of this evening, it's going to be really interesting to see which teams step up.
Yeah, and out here now on field 1, we're underway here. That's Waiariki Māori Blue with first use of it, taking on Ekin, like we mentioned, do or die out here on field 1. Field 2, they're just getting sorted at the moment. And the handover there, great defense by Ekin. Of course, for those of you watching along, perhaps more familiar with the name Freezing Hot for these girls, but Ekin for the drop-off. A nod, as you mentioned, Harley, perhaps to a previous name of the team.
Yeah, that's right, a bit of fun. Although most of the teams have gone traditional back to their club names for this evening, it's always a little bit of fun in games to see what kind of crazy names teams going to come up with on the Friday night.
Yeah, and you can see the Purple Boys from Auckland, well, they got real creative with Playing Down. So that took all 3 of the Brains Trust to come up with that one for the evening. Perhaps spent too much time on the name because they're done. And Both teams on attack. Field 1, it's Eakin. Field 2, Bullets, putting some pressure on Piranhas. And the handover, great defense by Piranhas. Eakin, there's numbers there.
Great touch.
Oh, excellent touch, and probably wrong decision there from Eakin too. One unmarked on the left side.
Oh, and another little unforced error there by Waiariki Māori.
Right up on their own line too. That one hurts. On field 2 though, Piranhas, they're working up towards that attacking zone. Eakin on field 1, Piranhas on field 2. Back inside, great touch by Bullets.
And we're dropping to 3-on-3 here on field 1 between Eakin and Waiariki Blue.
Yeah. Remember, field 1, do or die here. Both teams with 1 loss.
And Eakin in the perfect position to strike, being right on the 7 metres and a 3-on-3.
Yeah, they'll get a full set here. Can they get it done? Surely got to be some space. There it is. And just as you said, Harley, perfect spot, perfect execution. Eakin move on. Waiariki Māori Blue are done.
Yeah, perfect execution there, faking the sweep, staying on the right side, through their hands and found the space there.
Meanwhile, on field 2, it looks like we're going to drop out to 3-on-3 as well between Bullets and Piranhas. Bullets unbeaten, Piranhas with 1 loss, so they have to get it done here, Piranhas, or they are finished for the evening. They've got the ball, which is a good start, but they're a long way from the try line. A little bit of a mix-up there from Piranhas. It's one thing when it's 3-on-3, you can't get too far away from the ruck because you put yourself out of play.
Yeah, there's pros and cons obviously. You stretch the defence, but you also put yourself at risk of not being connected to your team as well.
Yeah, that's it. And if you don't have someone that can throw a long ball, you find yourself a long way away from action. Here come Bullets out of their own end, up towards halfway. There's a lot of space out there. Here it is, 2-on-1, Bullets. They make the pass. Oh, and that's going to be close there on field 2.
Looks like they've given the try.
They're happy with it. Happy enough. Bullets, they remain unbeaten in the women's draw. Piranhas, they wrap it up. They'll be on tomorrow's fish and chip wrappers. They are done here. Bullets taking it all the way to a 3-on-3 though. Great showing from the visitors, Piranhas.
And again, like we've seen, utilising the space, especially to the close side wing, the same side that they sub from. So they'll stretch the defence on the 3rd and 4th touches and then bring it back towards their closer side.
Yeah, we see the two teams, Bullets all smiles there at the moment. They stay unbeaten. Piranhas couldn't quite get one over the heavyweights here at Whakatane. Teams are just eagerly waiting on the next round of games. And we see some of the whānau there that have come down to enjoy Friday night drop-off. This is the place to be, Whakatane, if you're in and around the area. Get on down here. Games start at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Get on down for those if you're too late for tonight. If you're in the area, get on down here now. We've still got some games. Speaking of games, we're on field 1 as 1, taking on Galaxy Black. And if I'm not mistaken, 2 unbeaten teams off the top of my head. On field 2, Wairere taking on NS Young'uns. And I believe 2 teams that have 1 loss each.
Yeah, this will be fun. The NS Young'uns boys, to my knowledge, are playing for Suns tomorrow, but a lot of the boys in this team play for Westlake Boys High School,
Cool.
who won the National Secondary Schools title, and just pace to burn. So if they can stretch the Wairere defence out, there's definitely opportunities for them to make the most of this do-or-die game.
Yeah, and there's obviously something going right at Westlake at the moment. You mentioned their how they went in the touch. They also came runners-up in the 15s code rugby. They went over recently and won the international competition as well, Westlake. So huge year of footy for some of those boys. Some of them will be playing in both. So yeah, big year for some of those guys. Yep. Yes, out there at the moment. We see the teams going through their handshakes at the moment. We just got our lives coming in now. So in the women's competition, Bullets and Pearl Jam both remain undefeated, and they're joined in the top 4 by Ekin and Pure Styles, who both have 1 strike against their name. So we're left 4 teams in the women's. In the men's here, Kiwi Staff Black, Pure Styles, Galaxy Black and As One are undefeated, and they're joined in a top 7 group by Wairere, Galaxy White and NS Young'uns, all with 1 loss each. So as we mentioned, unbeaten v unbeaten on field 1, do or die on field 2. That's a lot to play for here for both teams.
Yeah, there'll be some similar styles in the field 1 game as well. I know the Galaxy boys like to run, like to spread the ball, just like we've seen tonight from As One as well.
Yeah, we're away on field 2 at the moment. Looks like Young'uns with first use of it. And a bit of dancing there. We're underway on field 1 as well. Big push there in defence. It's As One, Galaxy with the ball. Young'uns on 2, working towards that attacking zone. Galaxy, they're going to get called back here. Field 2 though. Touch is called. Trying to strike early there is NS Young'uns. Meanwhile on field 1 it's still Galaxy. Young'uns, little unders play. Great defence there. Field 1, the low dive.
Oh, outstanding touch there. Tawara Ohia from As One managed to save that one against Galaxy.
Yeah, it needed to be made too because the dive was in. Here is Charlo Flavel spreading the ball for As One. Be interesting to see, can they use that speed we saw in earlier games here? As One. Here we go. No touch. 2 on 2 this side. Here they go. Load up. Long ball. Oh, it's beautiful. They love it. And they're going to try and run some time off here as well. I don't think Galaxy are quite aware what. Yeah, the seconds lost there. As One go up 1-0 over Galaxy Black. On field 2, we're still locked up. 0-0 at the moment. Young'uns here with the ball up around halfway. And there's some gas.
Yeah, we spoke
Pinsy
about
is back.
Gas. And it looks like they've got the recount.
Yeah, I thought it was touch, but nothing there. So why did it breathe one there?
Yeah, the referee's bringing it back. It was touched in flight by Wairere. And so the Young'uns will keep position.
Couple of back and forths. Meanwhile, Galaxy, they're trying to break through on field 1. Here it is, 2 on 1, got to do it. There it is, Galaxy Black go in. It's 1-1 here on field 1, 0-0 on field 2.
Looks like Cruz Walters, familiar last name to many touchies.
Yep. Yeah, I think he might be disowned if he didn't put a Galaxy top on with that last name. Here come As One on field 1. Wairere on field 2. Lil Goosey is enough.
Well, it looks like the touch was made.
Oh, Little Goosey, not enough perhaps. As One, there's some footwork. So we're still locked up on both fields at the moment. And, yeah, nothing there for Wairere. As One still trying to break here on field 1. Young'uns with the ball on field 2. Here's Flavel. Gorgeous. Lovely change of direction there. As One go up 2-1. And it's done there on field 1. As One remain undefeated. Galaxy take their first loss.
A couple of mistakes back and forth from both sides between Wairere and Young'uns. So whoever can maintain position, I think will win the this do-or-die shootout on field 2.
Yeah, down to threes now. 3v3 on field 2. Waitere versus NS Youngins. Waitere with the ball, perhaps with the advantage here in this first go at it. There's the action. There it is. Waitere put NS Youngins to the sword, and Waitere move on. NS Youngins, they are done for the evening. And that's another team knocked off for our Friday night. NS Youngins, our first and last look at them out here on these fields. And we'll be back with some more action after this short ad.
Been too long. Leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. Light is it when I'm there, soaking in the sunshine. We walk for miles, counting the smiles just for a while, right out on the coastline.
Welcome back to our action here. It's the Galaxy boys just in under the posts, having a bit of a chat after their first loss of the afternoon. Shout out to the Bullets girls just walking past at the moment. They're unbeaten in the women's grade. Awesome to see them back here. Great to see the crowd along. We can't quite see them from our booth, but up in the stands there as well, starting to pack out here at Rugby Park, Whakatane. There's no place we'd rather be to start our year of club touch footy than down here at Rugby Park, Whakatane, for the drop-off and of course for tomorrow's massive tournament here at Rugby Park, Whakatane. And unlike last year, weather holding out for us so far, Harley. It's been a beautiful day here in Whakatane.
And we will continue to pray to the weather gods that they keep it like this. This is perfect touch footy.
Yep.
Weather just overcast, not too much of a breeze, not too hot, not too cold, right in between. And hopefully that's what tomorrow brings for us tomorrow.
Yeah.
And none of this thunderstorms that people are talking about either.
I haven't heard of them. I've been up in Whangarei for the last couple of weeks. It's been beautiful there. So long may it last here in Whakatane. We've got our games locked in for the next round. It's men's games. Kiwi Staff Black on field 1 taking on Pure Styles. And on field 2, it's Galaxy White taking on As1. So As1, they just finished up their game on field 1. They're being asked to turn around. That's the way drop-off works. If your name gets called, you're up. And they're going to have to do it again here against Galaxy White this time.
The pros and cons of being unbeaten, of course. It means you have to front up and go again straight away, as we can see teams making their way towards their fields. We've also still got action over the back on fields 3 and 4 as well. Some potential knockout games, Pearl Jam and Ekin, Pure Styles and Bullets. We'll wait with a bated breath to see how those ones fold out.
Yeah, that's it. As we just recap where we're at in the lives column at the moment, this Kiwi Staff Black versus Pure Styles game. Kiwi Staff Black still unbeaten. Pure Styles, if they lose, they are done. That's field 1. Over on field 2, or As1, we know that they're still unbeaten, taking on Galaxy White, who have had a loss. So 2 teams on the chopping block here, Pure Styles and Galaxy White, across these 2 fields in the upcoming games. We see the captains there with our referees, who again, as you mentioned, Harley, doing an excellent job, not only tonight but all weekend here at the Whakatane January Touch Tournament. Shout out to all of our referees that get out there over the weekend.
Yeah, they've done pretty good tonight. Haven't made any mistakes yet.
No, and we've seen some free-flowing touch footy, and that's the main thing.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a hard job out in the middle there when you're having to see everything that happens in a short, fast and furious 2 minutes. But they've been excellent. Long may it continue through the rest of the weekend. Fields look like they're just about ready to go here on field 2. Looks like we're underway. Field 2. Galaxy White with first use of the ball in the black kit and on field 1. We're also away Kiwi Staff Black with the ball. Here is Kiwi Staff in on attack here, bit of footwork. Well, great start out there for Galaxy White. Dove put one away on field 2. Field 1, little drop there from Kiwi Staff Black. So yeah, as we were looking at field 1, field 2, Galaxy White. They scored one against As1, and As1 looking to answer back here with the ball now. Both fields in and around that middle of the field. Here come As1 on field 2. Pure Styles on field 1, As1 on field 2. The call is...
Looks like a play on call.
Yeah, try it there. When in doubt, just chuck the ball back to halfway and claim it.
And the same again we can see on field 1, a play through call from our referee, and Pure Styles have dotted over.
So 1-0 on field 1 to Pure Styles and 1-1 on field 2 between Galaxy White and As1. Remember, Galaxy White and Pure Styles, they are both on their last legs at the moment. As1 and Kiwi Staff Black, both unbeaten at this point. Kiwi Staff Black here with the ball on field 1. Galaxy White with it on field 2. Galaxy White with the cross play. Bit of space, lovely pass.
Sharp.
That's an excellent ball. And there it is, Galaxy White push ahead 2-1. There's not going to be a lot of time left. Can they give As1 their first loss? Penalty here for Kiwi Staff. And the long ball. He's going to walk in. He's lost his hat, but he hasn't lost the try line. That locks things up 1-1. Meanwhile, on field 2, the whistle beats them all. Galaxy White take that one, and they hand As1 their first loss. So Galaxy White, they'll continue on, and As1, we'll see them again shortly as well. Meanwhile, on field 1, we're locked up here, and looks like we've gone to 3-on-3. Here it is. Next try wins it on field 1. Pure Styles with the ball. Remember, if Pure Styles don't get it done here, they are finished for the evening. Trying to hand Kiwi Staff Black their first loss of the night. And some dancing. That's lovely. And the ball. Oh, yes.
Special stuff.
That is absolutely incredible footwork up on the line for Pure Style. So they stay alive. 2 teams facing elimination. Get it done here. Handing As1 and Kiwi Staff Black their first losses of the afternoon. And that's going to really mix things up in that men's draw. Wow, big results there for 2 teams that could have been done for the night.
Yeah, looks like the teams we've got left have all lost now in the men's draw. So it's all do or die from this stage forward in that side of the draw.
Yeah, that makes it really exciting. Like I mentioned last year, it got down to a weird situation where one team had 1 life and 2 teams were both unbeaten. So they had a little merry-go-round for the last little bit. But now, what we've got here is do or die in the men's grade. Still a couple of women's teams unbeaten, unless we get some information from fields 3 and 4. Heading into it, it was Pearl Jam and Bullets unbeaten. That could well have changed now. We'll update you as soon as we hear that one. Yeah, as we see some of the teams there getting ready for the next round of games. A special thank you, of course, to our fantastic sponsors for the evening, One Foundation, Whakatane District Council and Whakatane Ohope Community Board, our major sponsors for this weekend's kaupapa for the January Touch Tournament here in Whakatane. And they're joined, of course, by BTS, Better Together Sportswear, Ake Chartered Accountants and Business Advisors, Iceman, Underwood Wilkins and Whakatane High School. Excellent group of sponsors helping to put on this event here at Whakatane. Thank you so much for your contribution and support of this kaupapa. And Harley, looks like we've got some Some games come in for the next round out on field 1. It will be Galaxy Black taking on Whakatane. We're just waiting for field 2. But at the moment we know Galaxy Black and Whakatane. And as you said, everybody is one loss now in the men's grade. So this game, do or die. Our remaining teams in the men, Kiwi Staff Black, Pure Styles, Galaxy Black, Galaxy White, As One, and Whakatane. In the women's, we're left with Ekin, Pearl Jam, and Bullets. Bullets, the only unbeaten team in the women's. So yeah, that game we saw over on field 3 must have been Pearl Jam's first loss of the evening. As we see again, our whānau there supporting this evening. There's the Whakatane boys and some of our referees. And look at how good does Whakatane look on a night like this when there's touch footy.
Pretty gorge.
Yeah, so this field 1 game coming up, it is Galaxy Black and Whakatane. And of course, as we mentioned, all of the men's teams now with 1 loss. So this one will send somebody home.
When you get down to the crunch time, it's when the tactics start to play even more of a advantage if they can start identifying some key matchups, especially if you've perhaps played them before or regularly.
Yeah,
that might come into your benefit as we get to the closing stages of this event.
Yeah, and the cool thing about the touch community, most of these guys know each other as well, so they know little, I guess, tells or strengths and weaknesses that they can potentially have a crack at, and that's what makes this so exciting. Over on field 2, we will have Pearl Jam women taking on Bullets. Huge game for Pearl Jam. If they can't win it, they are done. Bullets still unbeaten in the women's grade. Pearl Jam will need to give them their first loss of the evening.
More than capable of doing it.
Yeah, there's been some really, really good women's games out here so far. Certainly over the years between these two teams, Bullets and Pearl Jam, they'll be no strangers to each other, especially here this weekend. So it'd be good to see them go head to head, and if Pearl Jam can pull it off, they might have to play again with just Ekin, the other team, left in the mixer for the women's grade. They look like they're out there ready to go. The men, well, they're taking a little bit longer to get things sorted. It's Galaxy Black and Whakatane. And again, we started with 16 men's teams and 10 women. We're down to 3 women remaining. And 6 men's teams. So we're right down to the crunch here. Field 1, we're underway. It's Galaxy with first use of it. On field 2, Bullets, they'll go first against Pearl Jam. And Galaxy good yards to start their set against Whakatane. How crucial might first possession be here for Galaxy? There they go, footwork, lovely, dive.
Good to try.
Love it, good start. Galaxy Black up 1-0 over Whakatane early doors here in the 2 minutes. Pearl Jam, they were able to turn away Bullets on field 2, and up the middle of the field they come. Pearl Jam, they need to win here, otherwise they're done. The men's game, it's easy maths. You lose and you are finished for the night. Here come Pearl Jam in the right corner. And Whakatane, you might get there over the line backwards. Tries on both fields there. Pearl Jam women, Whakatane men. Whakatane lock it back up 1-1 with Galaxy Black. Pearl Jam, they push out 1-0 over Bullets.
And we'll see here Galaxy, although the score is even, they've got the advantage of having the ball in hand, as do Bullets at this stage as well. So see what they can make with the most of the time they've got it at hand.
Yeah, we'll see Galaxy back up on attack here on field 1. Ball in the middle of the field. Bullets, they're looking for their first try of this game. Little switch play.
And it looks like the referee's going to give this one
Yep.
to Galaxy.
Forward they go 2-1 here, and Waitere, they get back up to halfway to take it quickly. Pearl Jam still defending on field 2, and they do it. This is do or die here on field 1. Waitere with the ball in the middle.
And running out of time quickly too.
Yeah, there won't be a lot left here in the 2 minutes. Little Goosey, has he got the gas? He's got the pass.
Oh, he's given the touch and pass call.
Yeah, and that's probably going to wrap things up for this men's game. Over on the women's field, Pearl Jam, they get it done. Pearl Jam winners 1-0 on field 2. Galaxy Black winners 2-1 on field 1. Waitere are finished. Bullets take their first loss of the evening in the women's, and we move forward. Galaxy Black will move on into the final 5 for the men. And in the women, it's 3 teams, all with a loss each. So it's, again, the maths has been taken out of our hands now. Do or die on the women's side.
And it seems to be the team that scores first has the advantage going into the latter part of the drop-off. If you can score quickly, you can then manipulate the time to your best advantage as well.
Yeah, we saw that there with the Galaxy boys. They scored that first one. Yes, Waitere answered back, but then Galaxy were just able to control that last 40 seconds or so and ensure if Waitere were going to have a crack at it, they were only going to have 1 or 2 touches, and they were going to be forced to manufacture something, and not enough there for Waitere, although they'll be back ready to take tomorrow on, that's for sure.
Definitely. And for Galaxy on that set as well, of course, they scored off the same play twice in a row.
Yeah.
So that little dingo or rooster, whatever you choose to call it, 32 play, is definitely a killer when it comes to a 4-on-4 scenario.
Yeah, that's it. That's a pretty obvious one there for Galaxy. I say it's obvious, but pretty hard to defend as well when you're such short numbers. Got to give a shout out. We got our watchers online just tuning in from Portland Hunters Touch in the USA. So that's pretty exciting. International viewership, not only international teams here with the Australian sides, but viewers from over in America.
Yeah, it's got to be after midnight there as well. That's that's dedication to tune in.
That's it. And so, if they're in the States and they can watch it at midnight, and you're in and around Whakatane, get down here. It's well worth the admission fee. Again, of course, free here all weekend at the January Touch tournament. And we've got some games coming in. It's men's games. Kiwi Staff Black taking on As One on field 1. On field 2, it'll be Galaxy Black against Galaxy White. Big matchup there. Again, men's games, or in fact all of our games now. You lose, you are done. You win, you move on.
And for those who are just tuning in, the draw is computer generated, so effectively it's pulled out of a hat, for lack of better terminology. So Galaxy taking on Galaxy, the winner takes all and one goes home. You're playing against some of your best mates in the other team. This should be good to watch. Yeah,
we'll also keep an eye on field 2. Although I've got to say, Galaxy just had to play against Waitere, so they'll be coming in either perhaps excited that they got one or a little bit gassed that they just had to play. Kiwi Staff Black and As One. It'll be an exciting game on field 1. And outside of those 4 teams, the only other team left in the men's competition is Pure Styles. They'll have to wait and play one of these teams. Again, the way drop-off just happens to work, sometimes you get these odd numbers. It's not always as simple as quarterfinals, semi-finals, etc. 5 in the men's, 3 in the women's, so it will be a little bit of a who gets drawn, and like you said, that's the randomness of the random generator on the computer. Pure Styles perhaps count their chickens and get through to the round of 3.
Yeah, that's true. So someone's going home here. Well, 2 teams to be specific.
Yeah.
Pure Styles will play again in the next round, and then again, somebody survives that lucky draw to go through to the last round as well.
Yeah, that's it. One of these teams will get the the automatic roll through to the final, just like the women's. Someone's going to have to play in the next round out of the 3 women's teams. We're underway here, field 1, as 1, first use of it against Kiwi Staff Black. Field 2, we're still getting sorted. 1, a little bit of show there. Oh, he gets it away. What a pass. Wowee.
That's unreal skill.
Yep. That's falling over the shoulder, doing his best Lionel Richie impersonation with the hair. Excellent there. As 1 go up 1-0 over Kiwi Staff Black. And we kick off on field 2. It's like Galaxy, I assume that's Black, have stayed in the black on field 2. We'd like to hope they've done it that way. But at the other end of field 1 now, Kiwi Staff Black. Unforced error on field 2. Galaxy White working out of their own end. Field 1, it's Kiwi Staff. Chopping in the middle of the field. Great touch. And handover. Like you said, it'll be interesting to see how As1 manage the clock in this period of the game. They're probably about 45 to a minute in.
Oh, and
they've handed it over.
An offensive penalty. Great touch in the corner here by Galaxy Black.
Yeah, field 2, excellent defense. They're right on their own line. No score in that one so far. Field 1, here's an opportunity for Kiwi Staff Black. They're down 1-0 against As1. Both these men's games, you win and you move on.
Ooh.
Did he get him?
Great honesty there from Sholo Flavel to
say no.
To call the miss.
Yeah, both these games, winner moves on, loser goes home. 1-1 locked up on field 1, 0-0 still on field 2.
And dropping to 3-on-3 now on field 1.
Yeah, so that 2 minutes is done. So like we said, and try scored there by Galaxy Black on field 2. We talk about the importance of managing that clock. As1, if they'd just been able to get through their set, they probably would have ran it out and won it. Instead, they're on attack now in the 3-on-3. As1, they score it and they're through to the round of 3. On field 2, Galaxy White, they need an equaliser. Field 1, oh yeah, there he is again. That's special. As1, move on. Meanwhile on field 2, Galaxy White answer back. Field 1 is done. As1 are through to the round of 3. Kiwi Staff Black, their night is over. On field 2, they've just evened things up 1-1, and I think it's also the call for 3-on-3 on field 2. It's non-stop at the moment. Harley, I'm glad this game's finished so we can watch a little bit of this one.
Yeah.
Field 2.
No love lost between the 2 teams from Galaxy either. Oh, it looks like he missed him. No, he got him.
Nope, put his hand up and called the touch. Must have been boot laces at best. 3-on-3 there on field 2. Galaxy Black on attack. Back into the corner. Galaxy Black get it done. They win it in the 3-on-3. Galaxy White and Kiwi Staff Black, they are done for the evening. So the round of 3 in the men is As1, Galaxy Black, and Pure Styles. The round of 3 for the women, it's Pearl Jam, Bullets, and Ekin. So we've got our top 3 now, and the randomizer will take care of everybody's fate.
Yeah, we're down to just 2 fields as well. Some of the whānau have drifted off back to their ACOM, but
yeah.
the loyal, the faithful have stuck around to see who can take this out. Hard to pick, very, very hard to pick who might come out on top.
Yeah, that's it. Just as you think one team's kind of shown that they're top of it, they take a loss, and vice versa. A team that you think might have perhaps played their last game, they come out and get a win, such as the speed and excitement of the drop-off. All around so far, I think it's been an excellent evening of touch, and cool to end up with these do-or-die games all the way through, certainly in the men's side of things.
Yeah, and your traditional teams, at least in the men's straw, who are strong obviously in the traditional format, getting beaten by some of the younger teams coming through, that's what the I think the excitement that the drop-off format provides.
Yeah, so we take a quick look at the live stream schedule for tomorrow. Those joining us, make sure you get in. If you're around, come down to the ground, but if not, we're streaming it thanks to local Gecko Productions from 9 o'clock in the morning. It's an open men's game kicking us off as one against Lock-In, right through to a 2:20 men's game between Galaxy and Astro. Big games those will be, and then we'll come through with some semi-finals and finals later on in the day, wrapping up of course with the open women's at 5:30 and the open men's at 6:10. So we'll finish up just in time for you to get to Shortland Street afterwards, but you don't want to miss any of the touch action here from the Whakatane January Touch Tournament tomorrow. Harley, looks like we've got looks like Ekin have been thrown in, and they'll play Pearl Jam in the women. So Bullets, they get the fast pass to the final.
Yeah, they get the golden ticket through to the last game. Of course, they were the last to lose a life.
That's
so
it.
In some ways, it could be
the touch gods or the randomizer.
Yeah, in their favour. But hey, it's 4-on-4, and any of these teams could take it out from here. So, although they've got one more game to prove it, any of these teams can go for it.
Yeah, and it's Ekin with first use of the ball here on field one. Looks like we're just down to one field for the remainder of these. I guess it's 3 more games after this. Ekin here just going backwards a little bit. Pearl Jam defending well. And here we go, Ekin with the shift.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a little bit too frantic there. Well defended by Pearl Jam. And out they come. Winner will go on to play Bullets in the final. Loser, they pull up in 3rd place. And here come Pearl Jam up the middle. 4-on-4, there's a lot of space out there. Legs, they've probably played 4 or 5 games already. Oh yeah, she dances, she's through. Pearl Jam go up 1-0.
Just the fatigue factor starting to set in. Yeah, as you mentioned, 4 or 5, maybe 6 games already for these girls, and starting to wear out, especially on defense. See if they can grind out one more try to respond here.
Yeah, so interestingly, because Ekin started, there's probably not a huge amount left on the clock here. They'll be under a bit of pressure now, Ekin, to put one away. Down 1-0. Bullets defended the first set pretty well. Not Bullets, apologies, Pearl Jam. Bullets will see up shortly. Ekin, can they find a way through? Not doing that, they won't. And I'd say if Pearl Jam are smart here, they might be able to run the remainder of the clock out. And there it is. Pearl Jam move on. 1-0 winners over Ekin. Ekin finish up in 3rd place in the women's drop-off. Pearl Jam will go through to play Bullets a little bit later, and we'll wait to see who's won the randomizer lottery in the men's competition. We see the 2 women's teams there going through their high fives. Awesome to see.
Looks like Galaxy and Pure Stars will be taking the field. And as one have got the golden ticket to go through as well to the last game for the men's.
So Pure, Styles and Galaxy. Will be our men's teams out here. Out come Galaxy. We can see them there. Pure Styles, they're still trying to get some air in. They'll be out there under the opposite posts. Pure Styles at the moment. We see the Ekin ladies walking off the field. So Bullets and Pearl Jam, they'll be the women's final coming up probably after this men's game.
Oh, it looks like it's Pure Styles and As one. who will be...
Perhaps Willy Wonka gave out the wrong golden ticket, and Galaxy might get the rest. The call is Pure Styles are coming out, and Aswan are coming out. So the Sparrow with the golden ticket flew the wrong direction. Galaxy, they'll move straight through to the final to play the winner of this next game. Pure Styles taking on Aswan. And we see there's the Galaxy team in the middle of the field at the moment. They're happy. Meanwhile, the captain's there doing the coin toss. Pure Styles and Aswan. And good to see a lot of the crowd have stuck around here, Harley, for these last games. Starting to pack around field one. Awesome to see the Piranhas group down there in the corner. They're sticking around for it. Eakin down in the opposite corner. They're going to stick around for the women's final. Well, Galaxy, they've got a good reason to stick around. They'll be playing shortly.
Yeah, that's right. And they'll be watching closely, probably as close as we are, to see who they'll take on in the next round.
And we're underway here. It's Aswan with first use of the ball. Again, showing that speed and footwork. He's gone through, but touch. Still here up. Aswan, about 7 out now, working. The spread is good, they're in. Aswan go first in this men's knockout game. The winner will go through to play Galaxy in the men's final for the drop-off. The loser, they have to settle with third place on the evening. And Harley, the Pure Styles, can they get the answer here against this Aswan team?
Oh, they definitely can. If they play to their strengths and utilise the space, it's... Oh, there we go. Oh no, the touch is called.
Yeah, I thought the footwork had got him through. Can't have been much in it. And Pure Styles again with the ball. Men's knockout and the drop-off.
Oh, Coach Killer.
Yeah, that one's tough, especially when you're down 1-0. There's not a lot on the clock. I'd have to say under a minute. And all Aswan will want to do is go deep into the clock and deep into the corner if they can't score one. Oh, he's going to go through and double up in the men's knockout. That's likely going to do it for Aswan. And take as much off the clock as they can. Aswan go 2 in a row.
Incredibly smart play from Aswan. You can see when they had ball in hand, the strike players would come on. When they're on defence, their best defenders jump on. And so they're using all of the skills in their whole trick, bag of tricks I should say, to full effect there, and they get a well-deserved win. Yeah, that's it. Just too classy in their management of the game, I think, more than anything there. Aswan, both teams with a ton of talent, but they managed their time with the ball, both with personnel and where they were on the field. And a bit of an error there, really, from Pure Styles not to be able to strike with their set with the ball. But Aswan will move forward to play Galaxy in our men's final. Yeah, that'll be a huge game. Yeah. I think what we can see already, because we've seen a lot of Aswan tonight, that cluster, that foundation that they've got of Tawira, of Shiloh Flavel and Landon Monks, who just scored the 2 tries for Aswan. Really solid group, and you can't give them too much space, both on defence or in terms of width as well, because the ball can just fly right to the corner as well. So, they're going to be tough to beat. Galaxy's got their hands full. Yeah, just before we get into the 2 finals here, of course, a special thank you and mention to our sponsors for this weekend and this evening. Shout out to One Foundation, the Whakatane District Council, and the Whakatane Ohope Community Board, our major sponsors for this weekend. Thank you so much for your tautoko, for your support and your awhi of this kaupapa. They're joined, of course, by BTS, Better Together Sportswear, Ake, Chartered Accountants and Business Advisors, as well as the Iceman, Underwood and Wilkins, and Whakatane High School.
As we see the teams come out here into the middle, it's our women's final. Bullets in the white taking on Pearl Jam in the black. 2 minutes. Who can get it done? Who's got legs left? Remember, Bullets got the fast pass from the last game. Pearl Jam had to play the women's knockout game.
Yeah, although Bullets are a well-known long-term club, you have a look at the girls who are on the field, very young. Some of them 17, 18 years old, new into the, I guess, this kind of space anyway. Pearl Jam girls have been here. A lot of them played New Zealand rep level as well, so they might have that upper hand experience-wise.
Yeah, let's see who can get it done. Bullets, they'll have first crack at it here on the line. Bit of footwork. Trying to set something up now. Oh, she's off her.
Great defense there.
Yeah.
Zoe Sausage just fast off her line to shut down the middles.
And out of their own end now come Pearl Jam. So they defended well on their first set. Now let's have a look at their attack. They work up the field pretty well.
Here comes the strike play. Let's see what kind of magic they can come up with.
It is. They go direct to start. Hoping for the
Great
six
call
again.
from the referee.
Yeah. It's excellent there. She wasn't playing at it, wasn't even looking at it, I don't think. Perhaps a little nod to the E4 Jones Classic at multi-tournament. Here come Bullets, though. Oh, and good shoot there from Pearl Jam. Had to be made. Nothing on the scoreboard. First set each.
Great defense there. Of course, the pressure applied there. Number 11, Ellie Minton, just getting the defender caught off square and causing the turnover right in the middle of the field at the right time of the game.
Oh, and there's an error. Unfortunately for Pearl Jam, opens the door now for Bullets. Here come Bullets.
This is Victoria Pune, another seasoned campaigner.
Here we go. Bullets, bit of space here. The under. Dodge one. Oh, she's just taken out a play there. And it sounds like we're going to 3 here, Harley, in the women's final.
Yeah, this is definitely the most defensive game we've seen. Both of these teams want it, but they know in order to win the game that they have to stop tries, not just score them.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially with their clock management. Here we go. Clock not the feature now. This is just tries. And there's a lot of space out there. 3-on-3. Pearl Jam with the ball. Yeah, just building things up at the moment. Pearl Jam happy to be at that end of the field with possession. Here they go. Oh, the overthrow.
They didn't quite get the timing or depth right on that sweep. They'll be ruining that missed opportunity as Bullets have an opportunity to answer back now.
Yeah, Bullets numbered up really well there on that strike move. I thought they might have swung them to the right side, but Bullets kept their numbers really well. And now an opportunity.
Ooh. Bit of love shown there. So Sausage from Pearl Jam.
And another one. Gives it one back. Oh.
Their number 10 from Bullets there, Charlize Fleming, I believe.
Giving as good as she takes.
Yeah, it's a game of touch, ladies. Just touch.
Yeah.
But it shows the stakes. You know, they both want to win.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Such as the adrenaline out here for our women's drop-off final. Here come Pearl Jam. Oh, nice footwork. Can she get through? What a
touch.
What a touch. Just on the heel, I think. That one there, diving touch. Pearl Jam, can they work something?
Oh, she got it.
Yeah. She'll sprint off to the corner. Pearl Jam are your 2024 Whakatane drop-off champions in the women's grade. They get one in the 3-on-3 over Bullets. And Harley, they're showing that doesn't matter if you get the fast pass, you still have to win the final and you got to get there in the end. Pearl Jam doing enough.
That's right. I think we also saw in that game how important the defense is when the game's on the line and when it really matters. And as the saying goes, the best defensive team usually wins the championship, and so we've seen tonight with Pearl Jam.
Yeah, so congratulations, of course, to the ladies from Pearl Jam. Of course, also congratulations, an excellent effort from the Bullets girls tonight. They were, like you said, the last team to lose their unbeaten status, but just come up a little short in the big dance here. But awesome to see such a young team gain that experience tonight. And it'll be interesting to see how they roll into tomorrow's tournament.
Oh, yeah, you can see them getting high fives from the rest of their teammates. They were obviously bullied by the older girls in the team that they had to go out there onto the field. You can see Jean Marsh, experienced former New Zealand coach and New Zealand player, still, consoling, comparing notes with the girls, but ultimately still proud,
Absolutely.
Lane shift.
Absolutely, and that's the next generation for a lot of these clubs. We've seen that not just with Bullets, but a few of these teams throwing out a few extra young guys or young players into their teams. This is the way you blood them in these sort of opportunities. So, yeah, awesome evening from the Bullets girls, but congratulations, of course, to Pearl Jam.
Quick shout out as well to our referees in that women's final, Sonia Wirihana, Ashton Foote, Stace Bannister Plumridge, a little bit of an honour in its own right as well. And we see Caitlin Kimpton, Brett Kimpton and Thomas Webster get us underway for the men's final now.
And we're on here. It's As One against Galaxy. As One with first use of it. They were hot in their knockout game a little earlier against Pure Styles. These two middles have been the orchestrators of it. Can they get there? Yes. It's not the prettiest finish, but they'll wriggle over the line in the end there. As One.
Yeah, we spoke about defense in the girls' final, and we can see just in that play that Galaxy were pushing forward to take away that space from Shiloh. He was quick enough to get the ball off to the right. Tawara pops it over top, and T-Man Tiakuhata manages to score on the right-hand corner. As One take the lead in the final.
Yeah, and like you mentioned through the night, first try scorer is so important with the way the clock's managed here, though. Come Galaxy. Great shooter touch there from T for As One. Galaxy, though, untidy. And as you said, untidy both ways. I was just about to say, as they roll on to attack, the attacking players come on, but now they're going to have to defend with them.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, very nearly Galaxy left the nest untended there. Dancing.
Oh, he's missed his feet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a try.
That is special. That's a try worthy of the men's final. Galaxy level things up. And we spoke about the clock and how things work now. I'm not sure there's a full set left here in this 2 minutes. I don't know about you, Harley, but I'd love to see this go to threes and really open up for some of the speed that's on show from both teams.
I feel like that's where it's destined to go to as well.
And here we go. As One.
There it is. Just stretching the defense, I feel like 3-on-3 is the space that they wanted to get to as well, because 3 or 4 touches in hand, the best 3 attacking players so far tonight, all on the field. This is made for them to take it home. Let's see if they can do it.
Here we go with his hands all over it. Shiloh Flavel for As One dancing. Oh, and this is going to make it tough for Galaxy. A full set here.
Cheeky little grin there.
Yeah, look at the smile on Shiloh Flavel. And now he's off.
gamesmanship.
Oh, just like that. He puts it on a platter. They dot it in. As One. Do it in the 3-on-3. Just when you think he's taking things slowly, Shiloh Flavel beats the gap, puts it on a dime, and As One take home the men's drop-off here at the Whakatane January Touch Tournament, our drop-off Friday evening. Harley, that's fast, it's furious, it's absolutely entertaining touch footy. What an awesome way to kick off 2024.
Yeah, totally unpredictable too. Big shout out to all of the young guns who took the field tonight, particularly the Galaxy boys. I thought they played really well right up until that last game. Just a couple of calls against them unfortunate, unforced errors as well. But it seems to me that the two best teams on the night took out the titles, both Pearl Jam and As One, fully deserved.
Yeah, and congratulations to all of the teams that jumped out here for a jam this Friday drop-offs. We can't wait to see probably 99% of these players back out here again tomorrow. Thank you for all of those who joined us both here at Rugby Park in Whakatane, but also online. I've been Brad Pittman, joined by Harley Wall. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow for the first live stream games on Field 1. Ngā mihi nui ki a koutou. Matua.